Hi loves, it's Ellen. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for being here and happy Foundation Friday. Today we are trying the new KVD Beauty foundation that just launched. Before we get started, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. Alright, so I got this just recently. It just came in the mail. I'm super excited. It's $42, which is... Oh, somebody's texting me. $42, which in my opinion is, you know, it's a touch pricey for a foundation. But it is huge. I mean, literally, it's huge. So this is what they say. It's vegan, full coverage, natural finish, best for normal to oily to combination skin, cruelty-free. It says how to use. It says shake well before each use. You can use a sponge to tap into the skin, build the coverage whichever way you want, or use a dense foundation brush with buffing motions for quicker coverage. Pump it up. Use one pump at a time for buildable coverage. Use two for quick coverage. Oh, fun. Okay. Okay, and the packaging is recyclable, which is awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to use a sponge. Since this is a natural finish foundation, I want to make sure that I'm giving just a little bit of hydration to the foundation because I am a little bit more on the normal to dry side. Okay, so I am in color medium 27. We're about to find out if that's really the right color or not. I think I have fired myself from ordering foundations online. I think I've got to go into the store from now on. If this is the wrong color, it's like the 12th one that I've ordered that is not the right color. Also, too, I'm in the middle of reviewing the e.l.f. primer, the brand new e.l.f. Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide, so I have that primer only on this side of my face to see if it does anything. It was kind of thickish, like kind of jelly-like, and it was kind of harder to spread, but now that it's on the skin, it feels like nothing. So, all right, let's try it. So here is one pump. I'm just going to apply this all over the face. It looks a touch light, but that is okay. We'll figure it out. This is actually a first impression. I have not had a chance to try this out before because I wanted to get it up so you guys could know what we thought about this foundation since it just launched. Okay, so one pump on a sponge that is damp. It actually is not very heavy coverage at all. This could be a beautiful lightweight coverage foundation if you want to do it this way. Look at it, it gives it just a really nice even coverage. Let's amp this up a little bit. I'm going to do it straight to my hand. And then I am going to go in with my LAWLESS foundation brush, and then we'll add some hydration after. Okay. So I just feel like the full coverage, and maybe I'm doing it a little bit wrong, you tell me, is a little bit misleading because now this is one pump on a brush, and this is just a touch light for me, you guys, but that's okay, we can bronze it up. But to me, I would not call this full coverage. But it sinks it, I mean, look how well it lays on the skin. It's beautiful. I mean, it lays really nicely on the skin. Okay, let's see if we can build this up to the coverage that I would like. My coverage on my forehead is perfect. I don't need to add anything more to that. We're just going to do it here on the cheeks. And they said in a buffing motion. Okay. So I would not be afraid of this foundation being super full coverage. I mean, it's a nice coverage, but don't get like freaked out that it's going to be too full coverage because it is not. It does not look heavy. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of a sponge, but it is pretty matte. There isn't a ton of glow to it, which obviously that's what they said. I think it's done a nice job. I'm putting on way more than they recommend. I would actually almost have liked a luminizing primer or something like that underneath it. Finger actually works really nice. It's so interesting. It's like a serum consistency. It's a really pretty foundation. I love how light on the skin it is, and it literally has set itself. It's not even hardly at all tacky. I would say I don't see a difference in either side of the primer, but we'll see if longevity is helped with that. The only thing that with the primer on this side is that it started to kind of grip to some of the dehydration and fine lines right here. So I probably will end up using a finishing powder on this foundation, but I will let you know. So I'm gonna go put my concealer on, all that good stuff, and I'll be right back. All right, so everything is on. The one thing is that this foundation is, for me personally, I think it's beautiful, but it's just really dry. Like it's very matte. I would not call this a natural finish. Now, I can try this again, maybe on a short or something like that, when I can apply maybe some illuminating primer underneath it or something like that, and see if I can get it to wear more glowy. But my big thing I can do is I'm going to apply some Hourglass finishing powder, and let's see if we can just bring a little bit more life back to this foundation. It just looks really dry around this area right here. And again, this is all personal preference. It's not necessarily, you know, that it can't be, you know, matte for you and what you like. But for me and personally how I like my skin to look, it just doesn't look glowy enough. And so for me, that looks much better. I will say that I have actually all cream products on, and there's no glow really that much from the cream products. So you can see just how matte this foundation is. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you in natural light, as we normally do, give it a wear test, and we'll see what it looks like at the end of the day. I have a feeling this is gonna be like one of the other ones where as you wear it and your natural oils kind of come through, it's going to be more glowy. But again, it has just snowed about 10 inches outside, and so I'm not gonna be sweating, but let's see how it goes. Okay, let's go to natural light. All right, so we are in complete natural light right now. I think it looks very pretty. I really enjoy it with the finishing powder on top of it. I just don't know if I would wear it without that. It just looks too dry for my skin. Now, does it feel lightweight? I feel like there's nothing on my skin at all, at all. I can't even tell that I'm wearing makeup. So A+ for that. So let's give it a wear test, and I'll be back in a few hours and let you know how it's going. Hi, I'm just taking a quick small rest before I go pick up my daughter from school, but this is what the foundation looks like 3 hours later, and I think it looks way better. Like I said earlier, that natural oil is coming through. I think it looks way better. Yeah, so this foundation needs to be worn a little bit, but it hasn't moved. I've eaten, I mean, it hasn't moved at all. So it's definitely really long term, but I can't notice the difference between each side. So the foundation isn't being helped by the primer at all, I don't think, just yet, but we'll keep checking in. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Hi, okay, I'm back really soon after the last clip because I was sitting in the car. You know, this is like the worst light ever when you're sitting in the car, like whether you're in pickup line or whatever. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I thought the foundation looked really good inside, but I don't know. I think it's just too drying for me. I definitely, if you guys want me to, I will do a short on combining it with a kind of glowy primer-ish type of thing. But I don't love how it's looking all around here and on the chin. I don't know. Maybe I've just moved into the part of my life where I just do not like really even medium coverage foundations. Maybe I'm just like that tinted moisturizer girl. I mean, I don't know. The forehead looks really good. I don't know. I don't know. We'll give it obviously a little bit more wear time, but like I feel like it's making my pores, and even right down here, which I don't really have a ton, like big. I was so excited to try this because everybody's been raving about this foundation. And it's expensive foundation, but that's okay. It's all for you guys and for the greater good. But yeah, so we'll give it a little bit more wear time, but just kind of in this like natural light, like real natural light and the harsh light. I'm not super loving it for me personally. But like I said, we'll give a few more hours of wear and we'll report back. Okay, bye. Okay, do you want to see some real horrible lighting just like we were in my car? Bathroom lighting. No, but I just looked straight into the mirror, and it looks fine. It's just, it's not for my skin type. I guess I'll say that. It went on beautifully. I think it's actually a really well-made foundation, but I think it's made for more combination to oily skin types. It just looks a little, not a little, quite a bit dry. But I haven't had to touch it up. The primer side looks absolutely no different than the other side in my opinion. So I'll keep trying that primer and see if it works with other foundations. But overall, I mean, I think it's a great foundation. I just don't think it's appropriate for me. So yeah. Have you guys tried this foundation? Have you found a better way to work with it? Like I said, I'll do another short with using it with an illuminizing primer and see if it works better. But this is kind of where we are. Yeah, it's not my favorite. All right, let me know what you think. Love y'all. Bye.